OK, that's it from the BBC Newsroom for now. I'll be back with the late news at 10 o'clock now on BBC One. It's time for the news where you are. Bye-bye.
Good evening and welcome to BBC Newsline. A bomb's been discovered in a car in County Fermanagh. The device containing 60 kilograms of homemade explosives had been packed into a beer keg. It's believed it may have been destined for Lisnaskea police station. The car was found abandoned on the Derry Lane Road outside Enniskillen yesterday. A number of people were moved from their homes during the alert. The weather's continuing to cause serious disruption across many areas of Northern Ireland. Around 20,000 homes are still without electricity. NIE has warned that it could be days before all the problems are fixed. Helen Jones reports.
Clearing a path to reach the inaccessible. That's the challenge.
This road has been blocked since yesterday. We have a fault about a mile up the road. We know there's conductors down, but up until now we've just got the road cleared and we're hopefully going to get up to that very shortly.
Just one of the many homes without electricity because of fallen power lines.
Without electricity from about 10 o'clock last night. Although the previous night had been flickering on and off, and discovered when we got up in the morning that there was a pole broken here just in the field beside us. The wires thankfully haven't come down onto the ground yet, but I see NIE have arrived and hopefully things will be put right fairly quickly.
Even those there to help were finding conditions tough. Well, that's the end of the road for us, quite literally. We can't get our vehicle up this road. We had hoped to go to Glenariff, which is over there, to talk to a farmer who's lost a number of sheep. The roof of this lambing shed collapsed with the weight of the snow. Some of the sheep and lambs were killed. The only way we could reach the farmer was by telephone.
The sheep has been our life, and we've worked so hard. You know, it has been a bad winter right through, and we fed the sheep quite well, and you know, brought them into lamb, and then this happened. It just feels as if part of us is gone.
Other farmers were out checking their livestock, some concerned about what they may find.
It's the wind blowing that's doing the damage. It's no the depth of the snow. The wind's blowing and it's burying lambs and ewes at the backs of the dikes. I'm 45 this year coming and I never remember anything as bad.
We're not out of the worst yet. NIE says it will be working over the next day or two to restore power to homes still off supply. Helen Jones, BBC Newsline, County Antrim.
This afternoon's postponed World Cup qualifier between Northern Ireland and Russia has had to be called off for a second time. The match had originally been scheduled to take place yesterday, but was cancelled due to snow on the pitch. It was meant to be played at 3 o'clock this afternoon, but with conditions much the same as last night, officials cancelled it. The Ulster Unionist leader Mike Nesbitt has defended his party colleague Lord Laird for making what he describes as a gaffe. The Ulster Unionist peer described sexual allegations against Christopher Knight, the businessman who bought the Belfast Giants hockey team, as a minor misdemeanour. He later apologised. Last year, another party member, Ken McGuinness, left the party after he was disciplined for comments he made about gay marriage. But Mr Nesbitt says Lord Laird's case is completely different.
What Ken did was three things. He gave his opinion on same-sex marriage, which isn't an issue. Everybody has a free vote and conscience on that. Secondly, though, he used some language which I felt was gratuitously offensive. And thirdly, then, he defied the party by giving multiple follow-up interviews. It was those two issues, the second and the third issues, his refusal to apologise or to toe the party line, which led to the discipline. John's case is entirely different. He made a gaffe, he apologised.
Well, the weather may have caused misery for many this weekend, but some didn't let it ruin their day out. This was the scene at Stormont this afternoon as families enjoyed having fun in the snow. Now let's see if the cold spell is set to last. Here's Angie Phillips.
Hello, good evening. Well, conditions remained fairly hazardous across parts of Northern Ireland today after yesterday's heavy snow and of course the heavy rain which affected parts of the southeast and led to some flooding across parts of South Down. Now the rain, sleet and snow has been easing off today. Nevertheless, we still have a snow warning in place. There's still quite a lot of it lying around causing some disruption, and of course we have those strong southeasterly winds which could continue to cause some drifting, piling up a few centimetres particularly over higher ground. ground. And drifting certainly has been an issue through the last 24 hours. This road near Rathfriland totally impassable because of the huge snowdrifts there. Now today, for low levels, there was an element of thawing. The River Lagan bursting its banks at Drumbeg there. For many of us though, the snow is still there at higher levels, and even if it has thawed a little bit, well, it could cause a few problems through the course of tonight. There'll still be a few sleet and snow flurries, I think, for the eastern counties, central and western areas that bit drier. But even with cloud in the sky, temperatures are down to freezing slightly below, so becoming very frosty, and it is likely to become icy too, particularly where you have had the thawing snow leaving surfaces wet and where you have the lying snow itself. So for tomorrow morning, things are likely to be fairly treacherous out and about on the roads. Very, very slippery indeed. Now, a cloudy and a cold day follows. Maybe a little bit of a thaw through the day, but imagine for higher areas that snow is just going to stay. Mainly dry, perhaps just the odd flurry still across parts of the south. And it's really the same story for many parts of the UK and Ireland. Just a few flurries here and there. Mainly dry, but still bitterly cold in those strong easterly winds, really holding those temperatures down. Again, the southwest probably the mildest, if you could call it that, part of the UK. Some brightness for northern England and the northwest of Scotland. Some of it may feed into Northern Ireland in the afternoon, but generally it's cloudy, mainly dry but bitterly cold in the easterly wind. Again, highs of only 2 or 3 degrees. And into next week it stays cloudy and cold, but mainly dry.
Well, that's it for now. BBC Newsline will be back tomorrow evening at 10 to 7. From everyone on the BBC Newsline team for now, goodbye and enjoy the rest of your weekend.